Hey guys, it's Jeff here. For this week's video, I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about a particular trait that's among people with autism, myself included, and that is picky eating. There are all certain kinds of foods that we, as all people, like to eat on a frequent or daily basis. However, there are certain foods that we tend to, struggle to eat, even though they say that that this particular food is good for you, you may not always agree with that. And for myself personally, I was one of those picky food eaters. I remember when I was growing up at my dad's parents' house, I would always be made a separate meal when they would have like a main meal. Like, for example, whenever they would have swordfish, I would have pork chops or pizza or things of that sort. It's as I've gotten older, I've gotten used to the fact that I've outgrown the picky eating aspect, and I tend to like certain foods. I tend to struggle with. I struggle with I don't drink milk, the liquid milk because I don't know if because of the taste or whatnot. I was never big into vegetables. I wasn't big into salads or things of that sort. Like now that I've gotten older, I eat a salad every now and then. Uh, I don't eat tomatoes unless if they're like cooked or part of a meal. Uh, I also was never really a big fan um, of I was and those are really the basic things that I was never really a part of me. Like when I was a kid, that would be my basics. Pork chops, pizza, rice, uh, those kind of foods, and then I would always eat a lot of McDonald's. And I wanted to tell you guys a quick story about one person. I'm associated. I As part of my advocacy, I work with an organization known as Attleboro Enterprises, and I was telling a story, and the person I was talking to was telling me a story about she had a client that had who would always eat McDonald's every day, McDonald's chicken nuggets, and I don't know if it was mainly because of the fact that it's the texture, the routine, or things of that sort, but there's going to be a time where people with autism are going to be eating things that it's not going to be very healthy, that will end up not being very healthy for them. And I think the important thing is for people with autism who are picky eaters, it's going to take time for them to eat the foods that parents want them to eat. Like, vegetables. It's going to take time for them to, eat vegetables or, things of that sort. It's more, I mean, these are things that you can't force because, like myself, you get to certain ages where, you can start the things that you used to eat, you can eat now. But all I can say is that, it's gonna, it can be hard to adapt to eating certain foods, but over time, you know, it's over time, it'll you'll get people with autism can get used to certain foods, and some may never will get used to eating certain kinds of foods. So, it's more of a basic. It's more of a basic understanding, and so take it from someone. It'll take time. It'll take someone who's been a picky eater. It will take time to eat certain foods. So that will do it for this week's video, and hope you guys have a nice day. And I will see you next week. Take care.